Welcome to Live Interactive English. My name is Winnie.
And I am Mike.
And today we are talking about sea otters and river otters.
Oh, that's nice.
I love otters.
They're cute.
They are so cute.
They do funny little things with their hands.
They do. And fun fact, did you know that they hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift off from each other?
Would that be the sea otters or the river otters?
I don't know.
Yes, well, that's the kind of thing we're going to find out. Because, I've seen that before. I think I would guess at one of them. But we're going to find out all about otters. And actually, in our title, you might already be learning something. And it's nice to learn interesting little facts once in a while. Sea otters and river otters, same family, different lives.
Wow.
Kind of like me and my sister.
Oh, okay. One lives in the sea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the sea guy. And she's no. We're the same fam. We're just kind of different types of people.
Right.
Even though we're in the same family. So there you go. There are actually two types of otters, sea otters and river otters. So I guess if you're near the sea, you know which ones you're looking at.
Yeah.
And also if you're in the middle of a lake, you know the other type is around.
Exactly.
So there you go. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. But so we're learning something fun every day.
Absolutely. We have so much more for you on this interesting topic about these super cute little animals. They're like little water dogs.
Yeah.
Where you just want to like grab them and pinch them and then, ow, it bit me. So we're going to come back and find out more about otters.
Yes.
If you've ever watched videos of otters that are eating, playing, or sleeping, you will surely know how cute they are. But did you know that there's more than one type of otter? Some are sea otters and others are river otters. They are both part of the weasel family, but they live in different places and have different appearances and behaviors. Sea otters live in the North Pacific Ocean, from Russia to California. They spend almost all of their time in the sea and rarely come onto land.
Okay, guys, sea otters and river otters, two types of animals. I'm sure you have some wonderful pictures there you can see. You know what we're talking about here, these cute little guys. So they're the same family and they have different lives. I mean, there are other animals like this, right? There's like crocodiles.
And alligators.
And alligators, and even like there's the saltwater crocodiles, which are bigger. And of course, we know about all sorts of different sizes of cats and things like that. Jaguars and leopards are similar, but they're not the same. And, and they live in different parts of the world and eat different things and all that. So otters are apparently much more interesting already than most of us would have guessed. And they're also super cute.
Right, exactly. So let's start this article.
Yes.
If you've ever watched videos of otters that are eating, playing, or sleeping, you will surely know how cute they are. That is very true.
They are.
I love them. I've had to stop myself from committing a crime and stealing an otter.
Don't steal an otter.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, I mean, that's illegal, first of all. Plus, I don't know where you would buy otter food. I don't think they sell it at the pet store.
I was just gonna, go to my local river, get a little, get a clam here, get an oyster there.
You're gonna go fishing every single day.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I would say,
but I'm committed.
I think you should get a cat and just buy a little otter costume for it.
That might be a good alternative.
Be easier and just as cute.
Yes.
Anyway, so yes, we've seen these videos, right? You maybe have also seen them in the zoo, or if you're really lucky, seen them in the wild. So we know otters, and we know they often do cute things. And like kittens and other things, there are lots of interesting internet videos. But here's the question: did you know that there's more than one type of otter? And we can all go, yes, we did, because we read the title of the article. So yes, we do know now that there is more than one type of otter. Some are sea otters and others are river otters. And we also know where they live.
They do. And we know that they're both very cute.
Gosh, we're smart so far. And we're only like 2 sentences into the article.
We're killing it, Mike.
There you go.
We are.
Brainiacs.
Well, continuing on, they are both part of the weasel family.
I did not know that.
but they live in different places and have different appearances and behaviors.
Weasel fan. That kind of makes sense
Kind of
now.
makes sense. Weasels are kind of like really long dogs.
Yeah, well, I always thought otters kind of looked like dogs, right?
Yeah,
the face, the nose, the snout, the little whiskers. But weasels, you're right.
Weasels kind of...
Weasels.
Yeah, they're like
Similar.
The lizards of the mammal world.
They're the lizards of the mammal world. Why
because they're
is
like
that?
kind of slinky.
Okay. And they also fight snakes.
You're right.
Yeah,
that
there
is
you
true.
go. So, okay, they're similar to weasels, but they're water weasels.
Yeah. Well,
Cool. Why don't we just call them water weasels?
That's true. Well, we have
a
a water/land weasel at LIVEABC.
A water/land weasel?
It's Hanny.
Hanny's not a weasel.
No, wait, hold on. Wait. This is a compliment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I love
normally in
weasels.
English, if you call someone a weasel, you're kind of saying they're a liar, they're tricky, there's someone you don't want to
That's
trust.
why I prefaced it by saying my definition of a cute, adorable weasel is a Hanny.
She is a beautiful, honest weasel.
She is. She does not lie. She's not going to lie to you right now.
It's Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课程要来介绍水獭家族。水獭不止一种，有些是海獭，有些是淡水水獭。它们同属鼬科，但生活在不同地方，外表习性也不大相同。文中提到 weasel 就是鼬鼠，也可以指黄鼠狼。那它还可以指不诚实狡诈的人。那我这么诚恳实在，我当然不是 weasel 哦。那我们接回课文中。
All right, thank you so much for the very good information from our adorable not weasel Hanny.
No, she is a wonderful, wonderful human person, not an otter, not a weasel. All right, let's go on. So yes, we know already that there are sea otters and there are river otters, and we're going to be learning about them. So let's start with the sea otters. It says sea otters live in the North Pacific Ocean from Russia to California. Ooh. So from Russia all the way, I guess, across. So that's Russia and Alaska, and then the coast of Canada down to California. Yeah, I've seen them around Vancouver, BC in Canada, which is right in the middle of that area. Not as far down as Japan or Taiwan, sadly.
Yeah.
So they're kind of cold weather animals, right? Cold climate or cold environment animals, but they're found, all across the North Pacific Ocean there. Okay.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay. So continuing on, they spend almost all of their time in the sea and rarely come onto land. Well, I mean, hello, if I could make a nice life for myself in the sea, I'd never come onto land.
They're called sea otters for a reason, everybody.
Not land otters.
We could call them ocean otters.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oceanic otters.
Nice little alliteration there.
Because it is the Pacific Ocean.
That is
not
true.
The sea. But they live in salt water. I think that's the main point.
Oh, yes.
They live in salt water like the seas and the ocean.
Yeah, and they rarely come onto the land. And of course, we're talking about rarely. That means not often, almost never. Okay, so it's not to say that these otters don't ever come onto land. Right. But they definitely prefer to stay in the nice sea and the nice ocean.
I guess if they can sense that like a big storm is coming, they might find a rock or a beach to
be like, I don't want to float right now.
Get safe on. And we also learned that if you're dating a sea otter, don't buy them shoes. What? They don't really need them.
Oh, okay. That's true. Yeah.
You might find a great pair of shoes for your otter's birthday, but like, I don't know.
Not unless they're flippers.
I rarely wear shoes.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rarely, we could also say it rarely rains in regions with deserts.
That's true.
That is very true. Deserts are often very dry because there is no rain.
Yeah, not very often, very rare. Okay, so let's go over to Hanny. She rarely steers us wrong with grammar because she's a genius, and so we should listen to what she says.
海獭是生活在北太平洋，那从俄罗斯到加州地区，它们几乎所有时间都待在海里，很少上岸。Rarely 这个副词就表示难得的、很少的。那我们接回课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. I am so excited right now because we just got to the tip of the otter iceberg.
We have. We've learned a lot about them, but they haven't done anything cute yet in our article.
Don't worry, Mike.
But we are overdue.
They're going to be cute, okay?
They owe us cuteness.
Here's a photo right now. Editors put on a photo. Look. Well, let's go to the second part of the article. We'll be right back. It's okay, Mike. Don't worry.
River otters, on the other hand, live in freshwater rivers, lakes, and wetlands all around the world. They also move frequently between the water and the land. When it comes to physical appearance, sea otters are considerably bigger and heavier. In addition, sea otters have tails that are relatively short and flat, while river otters have long, pointed tails. Sea otters also have the thickest fur of any animal on Earth. This special coat keeps them warm in cold ocean water.
Okay, guys, we are back. We've just learned a little bit about sea otters. Here's an amazing fact. They live, sea otters do, in the sea.
Who would have thought?
Amazing. In the North Pacific Ocean, actually, to be more precise. And they rarely go on land.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They spend most of their time out in the ocean like sharks do. Sharks rarely go on land.
I would say almost never.
That's good for us.
That is good for us, true.
We don't want the sharks to learn from the sea otters.
That is true.
And sometimes go on land because they rarely go on land.
Yeah.
River otters, though, of course, as we're about to learn, are different. And they have a different name, so that's a clue.
They're not the same.
Where do they live?
Well,
I'm gonna ask rivers.
I think you're right.
Bam!
Good job.
Yes.
Well, river otters, on the other hand, live in freshwater rivers, lakes, and wetlands all around the world. So actually,
Everywhere.
growing up in Singapore, we have a lot of wetlands.
Yes.
We have a lot of kind of like swampy ground.
Right.
And we actually had a pair of like really famous otters.
Famous otters like Brangelina.
Kind of, well, they were siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were brother and sister, I think. Yeah. And they were very cute. So that's the otters I'm kind of used to, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I like a slimy weasel.
Like a slimy weasel.
And that's what they do.
That is exactly what are you an, oh wow, I thought an otter had just appeared in the studio and was standing next to me speaking English. No, it wasn't, but it was just a very good impersonation. So yes, river otters live in rivers, they live in lakes and wetlands. Notice this is not salt water,
No.
This is fresh water, right? Okay, now we're seeing a pattern here. Back to river otters, it says they also move frequently between the water and the land.
They like the best of both worlds.
Interesting. So remember, sea otters rarely go on the land.
Yeah.
Not the river otters. They frequently go between the water and the land. So if you're dating a river otter, do buy them shoes.
Oh, do buy them
They
shoes.
might really like them.
Waterproof shoes, maybe.
Waterproof shoes,
They like a little, versatility.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, surf and turf. Frequently means quite often. Not all the time, but quite often.
Yeah.
Okay, I frequently go to 7-Eleven when I go out of my house. You know, not every single time I go out do I go into a 7-Eleven or a convenience store, but 80% of the time, 75, 80% of the time, something like that. You know, Hannah, not Hanny, Hannah frequently makes changes to her style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's always kind of mixing up her style. She always looks different and fashionable every day.
Well, our Hanny does that too.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Great.
Well, continuing on, when it comes to physical appearance, sea otters are considerably bigger and heavier.
Oh, wow, go on a diet, sea otter. Oh my God.
That
Well,
kinda-
they live in the ocean.
It makes sense though, right? Because they gotta float.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they got
Most sea fish are bigger than river fish.
True.
In general,
True.
right? Yeah, that makes sense. And they're fighting the waves, and
Right.
there's big, scary animals out there in the ocean.
true. They're like big hulking otters now.
So there you go.
So they are considerably
Considerably
bigger and heavier. So when something is considerably something, that means a large amount. So it's a big difference. So we might have like just a regular river otter that's like kind of nice and sleek, but then you might have an otter that is from the sea. The sea otter might be like twice as big.
Wow.
That's that's when we're talking about something being considerably bigger. We're not talking, oh, he's like an inch taller. We're talking, he's a couple kilograms bigger.
Oh, okay, a big amount in difference.
Yeah. So, for example, you could say the journey was considerably longer than we expected. So that's not good.
No.
Because you might have also just, put it in the budget that your car only has X amount of gas, but you didn't plan for the trip to be
Driving
long.
to Kaohsiung during Chinese New Year will take a considerably longer amount of time than most other times. And normally it might be 4 or 5 hours. Suddenly it's 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah, way bigger.
Or something like that. There you go. All right, we will learn considerably more if we go to Hanny. So we're going to shut up and she can teach.
I see what you did there.
刚刚说海獭生活在北太平洋，那另一方面水獭是栖息在世界各地的淡水河流、湖泊和湿地，经常往返于水陆之间。那说到外观，海獭是明显比较大而且比较重的。Winnie 老师在讲到湿地的时候，他用到 swampy， 它是形容土地是湿软的或是沼泽的。而单字 frequently 这个副词表示频繁的、经常，还有 considerably 这个副词表示相当的，在很大程度上。那这边有两个重点，第一个是 on the other hand 表示另一方面，这个副词片语用来表示与前面叙述不同或对比的情况，像是 Richard is a quiet person。His sister, on the other hand, is very talkative. Richard 是个沉默寡言的人，那另一方面，他的姐姐则是非常健谈。第二个重点 ，when it comes to 加上名词或动名词，是表达说到、提到什么。那这个片语用来带出跟主题相关的资讯，例如 It's important to know your limits when it comes to swimming. 说到游泳，知道自己的极限是很重要的。那我们接回到课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. We are going to learn a little bit more about sea otters.
Yes, some of the big differences here. And of course, we learned that sea otters are usually bigger and heavier than river otters. They live in the ocean, big, powerful waves. They need to be strong. And it actually also makes sense why their bodies are a bit different. In addition, sea otters have tails that are relatively short and flat, while river otters have long, pointed tails. Okay, so the tails are different sizes and different shapes. The sea otter one is shorter and flatter. I guess it acts kind of as a paddle, right? Yeah. Again, big waves in the ocean. Yeah. They have to swim much further and more often than the river otters do. And so river otters have long, pointed tails, probably good for, navigating or swimming quickly underwater in a lake where it might be kind of muddy and, grass is all around. Right. Anyway, so the tails are different. So if you see the tail of the animal, it can help you figure out what kind of otter you are looking at. And if you're seeing the sea otter, the tail might be flat. If something is flat, it's like it's been pressed down. It goes this way, but not really this way. All right. So if you sit on your sandwich, it's going to be really flat. Okay, it used to be like this, and now it's like that. Or, of course, the top of a table should be flat. It goes this way, it doesn't go that way. Or if you're driving through a country with very few mountains, you might be able to see miles in front of you because the land is so flat. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it is just on one level, on this level, not this kind of level. For example, I put the poster under a book to keep it flat. You don't want your poster to roll up or get all bent or anything. You want it nice and straight on one level. It could be flat on the wall or flat on a table, but you don't want it all built 3D, up and turning into a small mountain.
All right, well, continuing on. Sea otters also have the thickest fur of any animal on Earth.
Really?
That's really cool.
The North Pacific would be cold.
That's true.
Thicker than like a polar bear?
I know, right?
That's interesting.
Well, it says this special coat keeps them warm in cold ocean water.
That's true.
So they kind of have a built-in wetsuit.
Basically, I think that's how it works. Maybe they have like a layer of fat like bears or whales do, but maybe that extra thick hair because yes, you're swimming in the ocean. I mean, sometimes the ocean there can be like 1 degree or 2 just above freezing.
Exactly.
So that would make sense. That's amazing.
Well, so it's important that we know that their fur is the thickest in the whole animal kingdom.
And it gives you a good birthday clue, a good birthday idea. Don't buy them shoes, buy them a comb.
Oh, or a conditioner.
Your otter friends need combs and conditioners.
Yeah, that is true. And conditioner is great for fur. And fur is basically the hair on animals. Okay, so we have lovely hair, but you would not call this fur because we're not animals. So for example, the rabbit has soft black and white fur. So these sea otters have the really thick fur. River otters, their fur is, I guess, more like smooth and slimy.
Okay.
And compact.
Interesting.
Because, it makes sense. They don't really need to be that warm.
Right. And also, maybe it dries a little faster since it's not so thick, since they get in and out of the water more often.
They got places to be.
Yeah. Isn't nature fascinating? All right, let's go over to Hanny. She's also fascinating, and she's also natural. It's real Hanny.
True.
Yeah. It's not plastic.
No.
海獭的尾巴相对比较短，而且扁平。老师们说形状像船桨 ，paddle 就是船桨。那么单字 flat 是形容平的、扁平的或平坦的。至于水獭的尾巴长而尖，老师们提到可能是为了要 navigate。navigate 这个动词可以表达动物找到正确的行进方向，或是表达导航、确定点点点的方向。那么海獭还拥有地球上所有动物中最浓密厚实的毛，这曾让它们在这个冰冷的海水中可以保持温暖。好，来看单字 fur， 它就是指动物的毛，这是强调这个毛的质地、保暖度。那也可以指毛皮，像是指衣物的材质。好，那这边有一个重点是 while 当连接词的不同意思，它可以用来表达而、然而，相当于 whereas， 用来说明对比或相反的情况。像 while Ed likes to travel with his friends，His brother prefers to travel alone. Ed 喜欢跟朋友一起旅行，而他哥哥偏好独自旅行。再来，它还可以表达在点点点期间与什么同时，就相当于 when 或者是 during the time that。例如 ，The phone rang while she was brushing her teeth. 在她刷牙的时候，电话响了。好，那我们接回到课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. I had so much fun
Me
learning
too.
about these otters. I love them.
They're still super cute, and now we also learned they're super versatile. They can live in all sorts of different places. Of course, they have their own little adaptations, the little changes that has happened to them thanks to nature, but basically they're super well designed for where they live.
That is so true.
Really fascinating.
But we're going to review this article again.
Okay.
And you know what? We're going to see you tomorrow.
They haven't really done anything cute yet.
Mike, they are cute. Just look.
I know they're cute,
Look
but I'm
at
just
that.
saying they haven't done anything
Okay,
cute.
but look.
I know it's cute, but
They're
I
so
want to
cute.
know about why it's so cute.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Explain
we have
the
day two.
cuteness to me.
We have day 2. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
I need to know.
Okay. Shh.
Okay.
If you ever watched videos of otters that are eating, playing, or sleeping, you will surely know how cute they are. But did you know that there's more than one type of otter? Some are sea otters and others are river otters. They are both part of the weasel family, but they live in different places and have different appearances and behaviors. Sea otters live in the North Pacific Ocean, from Russia to California. They spend almost all of their time in the sea and rarely come onto land. River otters, on the other hand, live in freshwater rivers, lakes, and wetlands all around the world. They also move frequently between the water and the land. When it comes to physical appearance, sea otters are considerably bigger and heavier. In addition, sea otters have tails that are relatively short and flat, while river otters have long, pointed tails. Sea otters also have the thickest fur of any animal on Earth. This special coat keeps them warm in cold ocean water.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 rarely 副词表示难得的、很少的 ；frequently 副词表示频繁的、经常 ；considerably 副词表示相当的、在很大程度上 ；flat 是形容平的、扁平的、平坦的。Fur 表示动物的毛，这是强调毛的质地、保暖度，也可以指毛皮，像是指这个衣物的材质。文法部分，第一个学到 on the other hand 表示另一方面，还有学到 when it comes to 加上名词或动名词，表示说到、提到什么。第三个学到 while 当连接词的不同意思，它可以指而、然而，还可以表达在点点点期间与什么同时。那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Today's park has a unique name, Carton King Creative Park. It's Taiwan's first tourist park themed around something we use in our everyday lives. Paper. Are you intrigued? I certainly am. Let's go and check it out. Carton King Creative Park was established by the founder of a paperware company. The park covers around 5,000 square meters. The park's realistic paper crafts make it a fun place to explore. On the central lawn, you'll find giant paper models of the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and a Dutch windmill. Visitors often take pictures with these paper structures. To protect the environment, Most of the paper used in the park can be recycled and reused. Through its many impressive works, Carton King Creative Park demonstrates the endless artistic possibilities of paper. It's a delightful, family-friendly destination filled with a sense of childlike wonder. Who knew there were so many creative possibilities using paper as an artistic medium? Seeing these exquisite designs and works of art in person is truly breathtaking. So, what are you waiting for? We'll see you at Carton King Creative Park.